And it's been adorable, and I love it, and it just made me even more excited that, like, I like both of Emmerich's choices so much. Yeah, I felt awful sending the Griffins to the Wardens. Like, okay, yeah, do I trust Evka and Antoine with my life? Yes, absolutely. Like, please, I love them. I'm obsessed with them. But, like, Evka and Antoine are two individuals, and they aren't necessarily going to be in charge forever, and just the warden leadership over and over again across all of these games have proved they can't be trusted. And so I'm like, I do feel very bad about sending the Griffins to them. They're gonna go to Arlathan in my playthroughs from now on. Makes you so happy you want to romance Emmerich on this playthrough. I highly recommend it. I have deeply enjoyed it. I was a little nervous because I knew going in that there was some content relating to, like, the May-December romance of it all, which is just usually not, like, a vibe that's for me. But I have found it incredibly delightful. Like, 10 out of 10, no notes. I love it. So I'm very excited to, we had our big fight. There was a little bit of banter on Tearstone Island because I had Emmerich in the party where he and Rook both, you know, started to apologize to each other, and then they'd talk afterward, and I was like, haha, no you won't! I'm gonna get sucked into a Fade prison for weeks! And so I'm very interested to see what the, like, if that argument is followed up on. I kind of think maybe it isn't, just because I've picked up, like, little bits here and there from other people who've played the game. And I'm very interested to see what they have to say to each other in the cutscene when I get back. I also, last time around, didn't realize that you could go to the empty rooms of whoever is dead, and, like, there's some kind of dialogue there, so we're gonna do that too. Yeah, I did see its strife. So I didn't get to see it in my first playthrough because I made Emmerich a lich, and I think the romance doesn't trigger if you make Emmerich a lich with an NPC. Like, it doesn't work. But I did watch the cutscenes for Emmerich and Strife, and I love it. Old man Yowie, please. I love it. I think that's adorable, and I love that for both of them. And I wish there was, like, more cutscenes and more content related to it, because I really enjoy that. And I think it's such an unexpected, like, pairing, but I really liked it. Like, super sweet. Anyway, thank you for listening to all of my long-winded thoughts. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this playthrough a lot. I love Ballara as a character. I didn't enjoy the Ballara romance just because it didn't really feel romantic to me. A lot of the, you know, the dialogue, the back and forth, and I was scared that all of the romances were going to be like that. And no, Emmerich's is super romantic, like, and it's just, it's been so fun. I love all of the, like, romantic stuff in a graveyard, and the, like, the fade stuff, and the ghost flowers. Like, it's just also good. I also made this Rook be superstitious and scared of ghosts, which is very funny, and I've enjoyed so much. And that culminated in, like, possibly my favorite bit of dialogue in this entire game, which is Rook's continuing to try to pretend he doesn't find it really hot that Emmerich is great at all this stuff he's really scared of. And, like, basically, Rook is like, I want you to fuck me over a gravestone. It was great. It was so good. Like, no notes. A+. I also got to, like, in canon, in character, call Manfred my son, which, our son. And Emmerich was like, well, no, he's not my son. But, you know, he did say the most amusing thing last week. Oh, he is my son. And I was like, yes, that's all I wanted. So yes, I've been having so much fun in this playthrough, both in general and specifically with Emmerich. I love all the Emmerich stuff. And, like, there's a lot more banter from the other companions commenting on my romance with Emmerich than there was with Ballara, and it just feels, like, more fully formed than the Ballara romance unfortunately did. So I've enjoyed it a lot. I'm already starting to debate, like, who I want to go for next. I kind of think Lucanus. I know all of Lucanus girlies online are, like, so into it, and I'm very curious. We stan a short king and a demi king as well, so love that. And we love a by disaster, so Lucanus has all those things going for him. Davrin, love a grumpy man, love a man with the godlike shoulder to waist ratio of a Dorito, so, like, very, very much considering Davrin. And Nev is just, a queen. Like, I really want to romance Nev too. So, yeah. So I love her. She's just such, like, she's a combination of, like, a classic femme fatale and also the detective in the femme fatale story. And I love that so much. She's such a queen, and I really want to, do a lesbian romance with her. So I have, I'm struggling a bit with, I've sort of seen most of the variations you can do in this game now that I'm on playthrough number 2, so most of it I think won't be stuff I haven't seen going forward, so I might get a little bored is my only worry, but like the romance stuff will be new and I absolutely want to do the different romances. And Harding, like, oh, I've wanted to romance Harding since Inquisition. So I want to do that one, and I love Tosh. I think that one would be really fun and different in terms of just, like, Tosh's viewpoint is so different from everybody else's. They're so blunt. Is there anyone else I haven't said who's romanceable? I think that's all of them. I want to romance all of them. Let's be real. So, I'll do playthroughs, I think, at some point. Yeah, checks all the boxes for me, too. Yeah, like... This, please, I am but a poor WLW here wanting to romance Nev. So I haven't decided who's going to be next at this point, but someone at some point. Yeah, sorry about that, kid. I think I knew. So, the Tosh romance is everything. He romanced Tosh. It was so great. Nice. I'm very interested because Tosh is so, like, I feel like in a lot of ways, and I'm saying this as like a deeply neurodivergent person myself, I feel like Tosh is like very autistic coded in some ways, like, and so I'm very interested to see like how they do romance, like the writers and the devs did romance with Tosh, because they're like so straightforward and they have like such a unique and cool viewpoint. I think that romance will be really fun and funny, and like I'm excited to see it. Yeah, the banter are very cute. I've seen like a short, so I watched like a tiny bit of each of them when I was debating who to go after next before I picked Emmerich, and I saw like a bit of the Tosh one and it was really fun. And I'm excited. So we'll see. We'll see who I do next. I'll figure it out at some point. I'm thinking maybe either Lucanus or Nev. Truly, I wish the game would allow me to just stick myself in the middle of the Nev and Lucanus situation, and that would be ideal, but there is only so far BioWare was willing to go, clearly, so. Oh, Tosh says stuff like, that's my girl. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Emmerich in battle will say stuff like, great shot, darling, and I'm like, oh, I love this. I love the darling and my dearest pet names and stuff. It's so cute. It's so cute. Balara had nothing like that. I'm like, Debs, please. Like, more romance for Balara, please. Yeah, every time you can, like, see me on my streams, every time Emmerich calls me dearest or darling, you can see me just, like, fucking melt out of my chair. I'm dying. Yeah, Trouble. That's such a cute nickname, and that's, like, again, so, like, film noir, detective noir coded. I fucking love it. So good. Alright, so last time I picked I Think I Knew, because I did figure out the Varric thing early, and I was not early, but like before this, and I was very proud of myself. So I think we're gonna just apologize, because in what way is it Rook's fault? Again, I don't think they set it up well for Rook to blame himself. I just wish they'd let this cook more, but I'll say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Varric.
I like to imagine that I was just standing there for that incredibly awkward length of time saying nothing.
Shit. Didn't you learn anything from this place? I made the choice to talk to him, to try to reach him, even knowing the risks, because he was my friend. My decision, my sacrifice. And
yes, I fucking love drop kicking people off the map. I have missed that so much in this playthrough.
This one just came a little earlier than
so sad. Every once in a while, I would hit somebody and they would sort of accidentally fall off the cliff, and it was still fun, but not nearly as satisfying as just straight up drop kick. So good. Yeah, Hall of Valor just like drop kicking everyone off the sides. So funny. And I loved Isabella being like the ringside announcer in that and having fun intros for everybody. I loved that. I don't remember if I didn't go all the way through the Hall of Valor in my first playthrough. I think I might have only done a round or two, and this time around I did the whole thing, and it was fun. I'll miss you. I can't do this alone, so Harding and Nev. So I don't remember what I picked last time. I feel like I might have picked Harding and Nev because I was just fucking bewildered at this point in the game about, like, who was dead and what had happened to them all. Which made it extra funny because I was doing this part with friends who were, like, excited to watch me cry my way through, and I was just so confused that I couldn't even cry. So I think I'm gonna say I'll miss you, and but I am gonna be sad if I trigger this and then remember this is what I said last time. Nothing can top launching them off the center like this. Oh yeah, this is Sparta kick. Oh, it's so satisfying, so good.
I'm gonna miss you, Varric.
Gonna miss you too, kid. But you've got your own story.
This kid absolutely is a patented ironic Varric nickname, like Tiny was for Iron Bull. I am 47, and he is calling me kid.
I'll disappear. Go back to just being a memory.
Right.
Hey, don't get all misty-eyed on me, okay?
I miss
had a
Varric.
good run, and I don't regret a second of it.
What about Solus?
You talked to Mythal. You saw the memories.
Oh yeah, I have to figure out what I'm
Solus
doing
wants
with
to be a
Solus in
hero.
the end.
That's who he is, deep down. But it's easier for him to play
I think
the
I'm gonna
villain.
try both of the options I
Because
haven't
that
done
means
yet,
he didn't
and then
fail.
like
All the
pick
damage
the one
he's
that I
done, the
enjoy
people
more
he's
as
hurt,
my like canon
it
for this
becomes a
playthrough. But I gotta
choice.
figure out which one I'm doing first.
Remind him who he really is. He might just listen.
Like, I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do the
how
Mythal
do
thing
I get out of
first,
here?
the like
Listen
good
to your
ending,
team.
and then the second one
Like you
I'm gonna
always
do the
do.
fight, and then that
This way.
the fight will be
It's
my
in here.
canon. I just want to see the
They're waiting for
the
you.
like talk him out
Just
of it
take
option,
it
but I think
one
I
step at a
probably don't
time.
want it to be my canon because
Goodbye,
I just want to drop kick Solus
Thank
all
you.
day long.
Looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I'd say good luck, but
I mean,
you don't need it.
we could definitely use good luck,
You
Varric.
already have everything you need.
Do we? We're going up against a god who can move the sun and the moon.
Got something. Get ready.
Just from a Emmerich romancer perspective, I love that Emmerich's the one you can see pulling me out. Like, chef kiss. I know that's true for every rook, but still very satisfying for me.
I am Elganon.
I love what they did here. I love
First
that
of
this is the first time it hasn't been a Varric
Last
narrator
of the
and that it's
Ever
Algernon
Universe.
instead. I think that was a dope choice.
Come to reign
Oh,
over
this is
you
so
with
creepy.
Fine and
Gentle
hand.
hand. Like,
Citizens of Minrathous,
this with
give
the
yourself
dope,
to
I love
me.
this musical theme kicking in behind it is so good.
Together we shall unleash magic so glorious.
Like, iconic. I love this.
So limitless
And the guitars kicking in.
that all the world.
I still feel like Algernon should have crushed us like cockroaches at multiple points during this game, and that he should have just like, how has he not taken everything over in the 2 weeks that I've been gone? This god who can move the sun and the moon? But like, I realize they have to make him fightable because it is a video game. So I recognize there are limitations. You did the Mythal thing, very good. Yeah,
He
I want to see
seized
it. I haven't
control of
actually
the
watched it
Archon's
yet.
palace.
While the Magisterium was in full session,
I also want to know
only the
how
Venatori
Dorian
seemed
survived
to have
that.
Survived.
Like, and I'm very
Oh, what
disappointed
the
that
Shadow
the writers of AO3 do not seem to
Still
have come through
fighting,
for me on
last
that
we
yet,
heard.
which may mean that
Elder
I have to
ones
write it
blockaded the
myself
city, and the
at some
Venatori
point.
sealed the gates.
I do
one
appreciate
can
that everyone
get
and their
in or
mother
out.
seems to be writing what happened when
Even
Rook
the
got
city's
pulled out of the
moving
Fade
to
and all of
embark.
that hurt
We've got
comfort,
no
which is
way
just
to
chef
contact the
kiss.
Shadow Dragons. They'd be dead already if not for Solus.
I love that we're
Solus.
like,
He got
Minrathous
the
is totally
Minrathous
cut off.
just
We don't know
before
what's
the
happening,
gates
but
were
we
sealed.
do know that
He saved
Solus
some
is saving
civilians
everyone.
and killed some.
Yay! Oh, I'm so
Not
glad. I
everyone's
love the
following
Dorian romance in
Solus.
Inquisition. It
Like,
is my
he's the only
absolute
one who can
favorite,
save
like
them.
hands down. It's so good. And the thing that like breaks my heart is that, so I love Dorian and Iron Bull together. They are like my ship, my OTP from Inquisition, and like I am so sad that like Dorian's romance is my favorite out of all of the companions, because it puts me in such like a, what do I do this playthrough? Do I romance Dorian, which I love, or do I make Dorian and Bull get together, which I also love? Like, why have you done this to me, BioWare? I am so excited. My next playthrough of Veilguard, I'm going to make my Inquisitor who romanced Dorian. I haven't used that Inquisitor yet, and I'm so excited to see that Inquisitor and Dorian like interact in the end game here, because I know they have some like back and forth, and oh, my like little romantic heart. I'm so excited. But yeah, I love the Dorian romance. It's just like top tier. So good. Look at how thoughtful I look. Alright, now everyone's following Solus like he's the only one who can save them. He wants revenge, he uses people, don't count on it. Pretty sure I did he uses people last time. So let's do don't count on it. Yeah, so Dorian, I know for a fact that in addition to having the same thing you have for every romanced Inquisition companion in this game, which is that, like, letter. So you get a letter from Dorian that you get to read to the Inquisitor. And then there's also, like, I don't think it's, like, a big scene or anything, but there's, like, a little bit of banter, I think, in that scene where they're standing together at the table in Minrathous. And I'm excited about that. So we're gonna see that in my next playthrough. This playthrough is my Inquisitor who romanced Cassandra. It's been so many years since I've done my playthroughs of Inquisition that I fucked up, and so, like, I built this entire Inquisitor who looks just like my Dalish elf Inquisitor, and I was like, okay, this is my Inquisitor who romanced Dorian, like, he's ready, I'm ready to go. Oh, let me just quickly open up my old Inquisition game, like my last save, and make sure that he actually looks like him, I got the right voice, that kind of stuff, and that is the point where I realized that my Dalish elf Inquisitor romanced Cassandra, and not Dorian, and I was like, no, shit! And, like, I know I could have just been like, okay, Belgard, I romanced Dorian. But, like, I didn't want to do that. So, next playthrough, we are going to build my Kunari Inquisitor, who's apparently the one that actually romanced Dorian. Oopsies. Alright, so I'm going to say don't count on it, because last time I did don't. He uses people.
That lying bastard's always been good at getting people to believe
I love
in him.
every option that lets
Once
me
he takes
insult
down
Solus.
Elganon, he finishes his ritual, and whoever survived gets drowned in demons.
He can't hurt Elganon yet. That archdemon makes him invulnerable.
So Solus has to kill it first.
And once that's done, Solus
Okay,
goes
I was
for
interested to
Elganon
see
with
if
the
there's any
dagger he took
dialogue
from
that's
us.
different with Davrin dead here, because previously they were counting, obviously, on Davrin to kill the archdemon, but apparently not. We're just counting on Solus to kill it, and we're assuming Solus can kill it, which, I mean, is fair. He is a god, but, like, the lore is Grey Wardens only. Then again, this game, you know, did undo some pretty long-standing previous lore, like there never being any Kunari Grey Wardens and stuff like that. So they clearly didn't mind, you know, breaking some old rules. Once that's done, Solus goes for Elganon with the dagger he took from us. We can't trust Solus. We need that dagger. We hit Solus first. I'm sure, knowing me, I picked we can't trust Solus. I don't think this is going to change anything where I'm going to be able to attack him first, so.
Solus is our first target.
He won't be happy when he sees you've escaped from his
Is he
trap.
ever happy?
Well, unlike Elganon,
That
we
man.
can hurt Solus. And he's
Chronically
got the dagger we
angry.
need to stop Elganon.
I am interested to go on YouTube and watch
We
the,
did
like,
attempt to
Mythal
create
ending with a
dagger to
romanced
replace the one
Inquisitor.
Solus took.
Because I have never played Inquisition
Nice
with
to
a
look at,
romanced,
but it
where I
can't
romanced
cut
Solus,
through
and I
enchantments
never
like the
will.
real thing.
So I'll have to watch someone else
So
do it, and I'm
it
interested to
cannot
see how the
kill
scene plays
Elganon.
out that way.
Looks real enough.
But it is not. We don't
I
have
wish
the
they'd
right
started
weapon
building
to
this
take down our
dagger
target,
earlier. It just
and
feels
we
like a
lost
little
too
bit of a
much
Deus
killing
Ex
Gilliman.
Machina coming along out
We
of
have
nowhere
no
at this point in the
idea
game.
where Belara is, or what Elganon is doing to her.
And Davrin and Asan are...
Tavern and Asan.
Belara would never forgive us if we let an elven tyrant conquer the world. And Davrin wouldn't rest while monsters put innocent lives in danger. They believe
I do
in
like
this
that
team.
I'm finally standing with the
trusted
crew
all
at
of
this
us.
point instead of
They are here
sitting
to
weirdly
finish
apart
the
all by
fight.
myself.
But we are. Get a message to anyone who's still out there. Tell them we're gonna stop Elganon, and we need their help to do it. Then fix up your gear and take care of any unfinished business. In the morning, we take back Minrathous.
It is also
Darling?
wild to me.
Are you certain you're all right?
I love being called darling. It makes me so happy. I love pet names. It's so sweet. I wish the game would just let me say no. I should be able to say no. Even in this moment, the game still doesn't let Ruck, like, have problems or ask for help or express any flaws or fears. Biowar, please. Not yes, really. I mean, this is, I think, the best of my options if I want to express some vulnerability, but I think I said it last time. So,
No,
Oh, okay. That was a no.
but I will be.
Rook, let us send word to all
Oh,
our
so the
allies.
exact same thing as
Your
Balara,
only
huh?
task for now should be to rest. I hope you're feeling more yourself soon. I'll be back.
Are we just not going to talk about that huge fight we had? All right. New missives. Everyone's bond increased. All right. We're going to have some final conversations with the team, but first I am going to take a break. So I will BRB. Maybe. Hello, I'm back. Am I back? Oopsies. Okay. This time I actually did it. So, let's get my glasses back on. Whew. And let's do this thing. We have very important conversations to be having with all of our companions. And we're going to save Emmerich for last. So, we are going to start with Tosh. Where are they? There they are.
I keep expecting Davrin to challenge me to push-ups or something. Or Hassan to come and ask for a treat.
Yeah.
Those figures he carved? I'll get one of the lords to make more. And print his book. He'd want people to learn to kill monsters. And you were right. He'd also want us to finish the job. So just say the word. I'm ready to find out how to make Elgranon burn. The Antam and Ravain have gone berserk. They're killing anything that moves. Be a lot worse if the Dragon King were leading them. The lords have kept them away from cities and towns so far. You saved a lot of lives when you helped me put him down. Elgranon lost it after you disappeared. He raged about us killing Gillenane. Brought down a huge pillar of fire on the island. We barely got away in time. A lot of Antam didn't. It burned so bright that we all saw purple for hours. Turned the whole island to glass. Let me know when it's time. I'm ready.
Interesting. Okay. I want to go outside and talk to folks.